everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today is the day that I'm going to be swapping our spring books over for our summer reads. I am so excited to do this video. My boys are excited, they're down here playing, and this is just always a great day. I love books, I love reading with my kids, and the seasonal bookshelves are a way of just creating a real positive energy about the switch of seasons. It makes reading into a fun and exciting thing as well because there's fresh books every season. And yeah, we have our old favourites that we're returning to and also some new books as well. And Toby is singing on the floor. But yeah, I'm going to start by taking all these away and bundling them up, and then I'm going to show you what we've got for our shelves this season. You'll see that I am still leaving I Am the Seed That Grew the Tree, a nature poem for every day of the year. This stays throughout the year because it is seasonal. It contains spring, summer, autumn, winter poems every day of the year, and it is beautifully illustrated. I highly recommend this book. It is stunning and it is such a hit with my children. If this is wobbling a little bit, it's because Toby is pulling at the tripod. The book that's going out is Summer by Ali Busby. All these books are going to be linked in my Amazon storefront, so if any of them take your fancy, please do buy it through that link, as it gives me a small commission and makes these videos possible. So yes, this is the Ali Busby book. It's very simple, perfect for a young toddler who is learning all about the activities that you might do during summer. I find this really good for building speech with a toddler, and it's always a hit with the kids, so we're definitely going to add this to our shelves. Next up is a brand new book called We Are the Gardeners by Joanna Gaines. This is a lovely book that would work well for young children, older toddlers. It's got beautiful illustrations, and show you some more here. It's quite a substantial story actually. There's quite a few pages for this one. It is beautiful. So that's We Are the Gardeners by Joanna Gaines. This is new for us this year and I'm really excited to read this with Rupert. Another new book is In the Garden by Hannah and Holly. I love this board book series for Toby. They're really simple. They've got the lovely cut-out shapes here that you can follow with your finger. Great illustrations, so cute, and Toby loves this. He has actually seen this one already and he loves it already, so that's going onto our shelves. And just in case I didn't say, Toby's a year old and Rupert's 3, so I try and get the balance between books that Rue is going to enjoy, but also books that Toby can enjoy as well. This one here is an old favourite. It is the Jill Barklim Brambley Hedge series, and this is the summer story. These are so charming. Their illustrations are really intricate and so wonderful. I love reading these to the boys. I love spending time just looking at the illustrations with them. It's just very charming, and I highly recommend it for a beautiful old-fashioned read. And that's Summer Story. Another favourite that I'm adding back to our shelves is Up and Down, Up in the Garden and Down in the Dirt by Kate Messner. This is a favourite from last year. It's a great story for toddlers, older toddlers, young children, and incredible illustrations, of course. And this actually does take you through the entire season in a garden from spring to winter, and it is gorgeous. And because we're spending so much time out in the garden as a family, I really wanted to concentrate a lot of the books for summer onto the theme of the garden. I'm actually going to do a seaside theme for our summer bookshelves, but because of coronavirus I ended up going with the gardening theme because we weren't going to be able to get out to the beach as much as we'd like. Pippa and Pele in the Summer Sun by Danielle Dresser. I adore these books. I love the little gnomes. They're so cute, and their story is really gentle and soothing for children. Really gorgeous. I have the whole seasonal set of these We had one in our spring shelves, but this is the summer one, so that will be well loved by both the boys. This is another favourite of ours. It's the Shelly Hughes summer book from the Nursery collection. Now the Nursery collection is out of print, but you can buy them secondhand on eBay and Amazon, which is where I got mine. And this is another good one for toddlers because it brings them through a lot of the activities that they will know during summer. Just gorgeous. And they have some little poems in them as well, making this collection really fantastic for children of any age, I think. This one is actually a new one, and it's called And the Good Brown Earth by Henderson. I highly recommend this book. I got it not really knowing what I was going to find, as I didn't think it had a look inside option, but actually it's got a wonderful story with a bit of repetition to it, incredible illustrations that take you through the year of the garden, a beautiful little story about a grandma and her grandson gardening, and it's just fantastic. Really engaging story, and Rupert's been loving this. I did actually read it to him earlier and it went down really well, so highly recommend that one. Beautiful book. Bee by Britta Trekentrup is another favourite from previous years. I've read this to Rupert for a while now, and he knows the story off by heart about the story of the bee and its adventures. It's got a gorgeous rhyming story that is really lovely to tell a child. I find it really a pleasure to read this one. The illustrations are very gorgeous, and it has this cutout as well, which keeps kids engaged as you read it. I love all the series of books. I've got the tree one as well. I know there's a moon one, and I think there's a sea one, and they are all incredible. So highly recommend the bee book. For Toby, I've got Lift and Look Flowers and Plants by Tracy, Cottingham, and this is with Royal Botanic Gardens, Kew. This book has got lots of information about flowers, greenhouse, very chunky flaps that aren't going to be damaged by a small toddler, and it's a nice one to have, and yeah, it's a nice little addition, especially for a baby or a toddler. This is a new book. This is Eddie's Garden and How to Make Things Grow by Sarah Garland. This is another really fantastic book. I know I say that all the books are beautiful and fantastic, but they are. This is a sweet story. It's about a mom and her kids digging up and creating a garden. I think a lot of you would really like this. You can see that the story is actually quite long, so this would work well for a child as well. And it has some ideas at the back for growing things. Great engaging illustrations for children, and highly recommend it. And this is the one that Rupert wants, so I'm actually going to give it to him now as opposed to putting it on our shelves. I'm also adding The Little Gardener by Emily Hughes onto our bookshelves for summer. I had this last year. It's a really quirky little story about this tiny little person that lives in the garden, and look at those illustrations, they are incredible. The story is very simple, and it's really fun, so I love this one too. I just can't get over how beautiful all these books are. Every time I sit down to read these books with the kids, I get so much pleasure from the illustrations and the stories. I think it's really worth investing in books that enrich your time together as a family. So they are beautiful to look at, whatever style of illustration you enjoy, and the story is really engaging and calming and beautiful. It just makes such a difference to story time and bedtime, or whenever you read books together as a family. Okay, so another book that I do like for small toddlers and babies is this Usborne Peep Inside the Garden. Now this has been well loved, so we've lost a few flaps along the way. One of our friends gave this to us, and it is gorgeous, lovely story, really engaging for kids. Lots of little flaps to lift up, which Toby particularly loves at the moment, and tells you all about composting. I love this one of the garden shed. There used to be doors and it was really cute. The doors unfortunately have gone now. There's a big pumpkin. So yeah, I really like this book. I'm almost tempted to get a new one just so I can get the flaps back. But definitely a fantastic series, The Peep Inside the Garden. I know there is a Peep Inside the Farm as well, which I might get for the boys, as we live on a farm, and it's good for them, again, to build their language up, and it's familiar to them. But yeah, definitely look out for this one, because I do think it's fantastic. So I'm almost done with the books now. I've got a few more to show you. I did actually order the Summer Flower Fairies book, but it hasn't arrived yet. I can film that separately, I will, and I'll pop it at the end of this video. Otherwise, I'll still link it below. So this book is called There's a Tiger in the Garden. And I love this book so much. The story is so fun. It's about sparking a child's imagination and creativity. The illustrations are so beautiful. It's a really quirky story, so if you're very Montessori, it might not suit you, but personally, I love it. I think it's just charming. So there's a tiger in the garden. Both my boys are obsessed with tigers for some reason, so I know they're gonna love this. Okay, so the final book is actually a book from our spring bookshelves, but I love it so much, it's coming with us for summer, and this is How Does My Garden Grow by Gerda Muller. Rupert asks for this book all the time. He adores it. It's got really good, intricate, interesting illustrations, and plenty of pictures to point out and talk to with him. The story itself is very instructional, so it's almost like a nature study book as well at the same time. And my husband, who is a farmer too, he was very impressed by this. It's very in-depth, so there's just so much to it, and it's a firm favourite of Rupert, so I'm definitely going to keep that. We do so much growing and veg growing that I think this really helps him understand what we're doing outside in the garden, so I'm going to put this on the bookshelves as well. So that's it, that's my summer bookshelves all set up for the boys. I'm so excited to start reading these properly with them every night. I will show you close up as well. I struggle to do you've enjoyed this video, and apologies for the noise from the boys and the cockerel outside. It's been a little bit noisier than I had hoped for, but I still hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your favourite summer books. I'm always on the hunt for more. Share those in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye!